Ladies and gentlemen, this is my blueprint of how I'm going to go from $0 to $10,000 per month, and I'm going to be doing it through YouTube, and I'm going to document every single journey. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create a completely new faceless YouTube channel, and then what we're going to do is obviously find the right niche before we create the channel. We're going to brand it, we're going to start creating content, and this is the step-by-step guide that I've created starting from the top, and we're going to have multiple different challenges till we get to it. So first step, obviously, what you guys need to know is when you're starting a YouTube channel is you need to get the right niche. So to get the right niche, here's the criteria that I've set out. First and most importantly is you need it to be gaining views. You need a niche that is currently blowing up on YouTube, and then you can take from that to then make videos in that niche, and I'll show you exactly how to find the niches. Firstly, we'll do it the free way, which is obviously the incognito mode. So what you're gonna need to do is open YouTube, open it in incognito mode or private mode depending on what browser you use, and what I'm using right now is Opera. You just open a private window, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to YouTube, and then you're just gonna search. It'll be a blank page like this, then you're just gonna search anything. So I want to go right now into the faceless niche, in the sleeping niche. Right now it's blowing up. Let me just show you guys what I mean. So let's say sleeping, let's just say sleeping, and then you'll see there should be a decent amount of videos in the sleeping niche about whether it's sleeping historian, or like history, or it's like science or things like that. The reason these niches are currently the meta is because you can have long videos, multiple hours of video, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, even more than that. And what that helps is it helps firstly with your watch time, which is what YouTube focuses on. The longer and the more watch time you have, the more you're going to make, because that means the more ads you're gonna put on the videos. So that's why this is the current meta of YouTube. So what I've seen right now is sleepless historian. That's the channel that's been blowing up, but I don't want to go into the history because I feel like at this point it's saturated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this, and then we can maybe just click on one video. One of these channels is actually owned by Warner Cash Cow. If you guys are in the space, you probably know him. He's one of the biggest faceless, I guess the OGs in this faceless space, and he does own one of these channels. I'm not sure what's exactly the name, but a similar channel to this. So what we're just gonna do is you have to just watch this. So this can be basically our way of researching. So it's just stock footage, not even stock, it's AI footage basically, and then it's just a bunch of pictures and a voiceover. That's basically how this content is. And if you see this video is like 2 hours long, this video is gonna make a lot of money. This channel easily gets above 20k, 30k probably per month. So basically that's what we're gonna do, and find a niche similar to this. But I don't want to go into the history niche because I feel like there's too many creators in this space now. So what I'm gonna do is, now that we have watched this video, let's see if I can look for another channel in the sleeping, let's say history, maybe science. So science for sleep, let's try that. Let's see what we can find, and from there's a bunch of Sora AI videos. Sora is currently going crazy, but that's not what we're going for right now. And if you guys look, you'll see also there's a bunch of videos, 2 hours, and let's just click on one of them. Right now what we just want to do is get into the sleeping niche. So because of that, we're just gonna try and see what's currently working and what's currently not, and then just see from that what we can get, and if there's anything interesting then we work with that. And yeah, okay, so this is something we just like the video. And how you can do it also is, you can, as you can see, it's very similar to that. It's a bunch of videos and obviously videos and pictures, and then obviously there's gonna be the voiceover if you guys want to see how it is when you're doing your research. That's how you do it. So this is the first method. I'm gonna show you guys the quicker method that is more, it is paid for, but it's way quicker and it will get you the results that you need way better. So what we're gonna do now is we've got 2 videos. Let's just try and scroll down as much as possible. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down. So another trick is you can create a completely new account to do this, or you can use it like the incognito mode that I'm doing now. So what you see is there'll be a bunch of outliers. Right now I have my tools currently logged in, which I'm pretty sure by now, if you are in this space, you probably have a decent amount of tools like vidIQ, like 1 of 10, all these kind of tools. Sure, you have at least 1 or 2 of them, and they can help. So what you then do is you just keep scrolling until we get to the end. We just keep scrolling, and then once we get to the end, we'll then look for the outliers. So here I use the next level feature, then we'll use that to get the outliers. But if you don't have the next level feature, which is free, I suggest you get it, because that's way better than doing it the manual way. It is much simpler. So right now we're still scrolling. There's a bunch of videos that are going to pop up. Some are story based, like this is a story based niche, so it's like a bunch of AI stuff. Then there's some more high production value channels that are there, and then most of them are like simple with AI involved. Basically 50% of the YouTube videos you watch these days have some AI involved. Even if it has a person, there is some AI involved. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna find a niche for you guys, just to make it quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, just to make it quick for myself, I'm gonna use next level. So next level is basically the best when it comes to finding niches. So I'm gonna use on my thingies that I've logged in, or on all my channels that I've logged in. This is where I have my accounts, and as you can see, this is how next level looks. Right now I have the paid one, which is around $15 or so. I'm not sure exactly the amount, but it's not expensive. Like, it's way worth that. $15 is way worth it in return. So if you can, I suggest you do that. So basically what we're gonna do is the same metrics. So I'm just gonna show you here how it looks, but then you can do the same thing on YouTube. So you just go into the filters, and then you go into long form channels, you go into the filters, and then from there you just expand. You go to uploads. Let's just say for now we'll say 1 to 12, and then first upload. This is the most important thing. So one of the criteria is the video needs to be 3, or the channel needs to have started posting consistently 3 months ago. So we'll choose 3 months, and which is 90 days, and then average length is okay. RPM, we'll leave it down, because I mean the videos, here's the advantage with these longer videos is that no matter what niche you get into, the RPM is always gonna be at least above $10. Like if you're doing 2 hours, even if you're in a horrible niche RPM wise, the RPM will still be good because of the length of the video. So it's not the same as if you're doing 20 minute videos. Just because these videos are way longer than most other videos, you're just gonna have a good RPM. And if you do like long videos in a decent RPM niche, otherwise then you have RPMs that are crazy. And yeah, so basically we'll check the total views per month. We'll say at least 300,000, so we'll use that filter, and that's basically it. So I put this upload filter just so that it's less videos, which makes it, I guess, easier in a way, because you need less attempts to kind of get the ball rolling, but you don't have to do that. So here we've got some niches in this space. This is also another good way to find niches. And yeah, this channel is basically similar. There's another channel that is something similar to this. It was about Family Guy, and I think also The Simpsons, something like that. And then obviously there's this explainer style. This has been going crazy. There's always new channels in this, Roblox and stuff, more explainer style. And here's another one. We found a sleeping niche. So this one is about the Bible. As you can see, there's the book of Acts, Ephesians, the Gospel of John. See, and it's like longer videos, 2 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes, and usually those are the kind of videos. That's the niche that we're looking at. So actually, let me open that up and then we can check it out. And while that's opening up, let me go back and show you how to do it on this side. So it's basically the same thing. So if you don't use any tools, it's the same thing. So what you just do is you then go into here and then you just search, let's say science for sleep, and then what you then do is on YouTube it has its own filters which are basically similar to the ones we have in Next Level. So we just say over 20 minutes, and then we'll say upload date, let's just say this month, because we also want to find videos that are still getting decent amount of views. And then view count, we'll just use that as our sorting, and then from there we'll be able to see how the videos are doing. But I really suggest you use any of these free tools. They will be much better and much more easier to work with. Then you easily get niches that way. So we'll use view count, and yeah, it's just loading there. It's a bit slow on this side, and then from here then we can see, okay, we have some videos starting to show up. So obviously we're not gonna ignore this one. This is not a faceless, and this one is faceless. This channel has 81,000 subscribers, 600,000 views for that video, 180,000. This one is good. You see, that's a good outlier. And let's check it and see, because it's got an insane amount of views with very little subscribers, 7,000. And yeah, so this is a channel. So when you look at this, you can see, okay, this has potential. And you look at it, was created, the first video was about a month ago, and they post almost every day, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days ago. And you can see this is a channel that's really good. This is the current estimated revenue, but this is from the vidIQ channel. And see, this is the kind of things that when you see this, then you're like, okay, this channel has potential, because it does cover some of the criteria. It has some videos that are doing really well in recent uploads, and yeah, then from there you'll be able to choose a channel. So from here, if you decide on choosing this channel, then you obviously have the data to back it up. But then, like I said, you guys, I suggest you do use let me go back in the wrong place. Where am I? Okay, here we are. So I suggest you guys use the Next Level feature, or you can use even the extension. If you don't buy the niche finder, then you can still use the filter. This filter is basically the same. So then from there we'll be able to say, okay, the video here needs to have 100,000 views, and let's get close to, okay, that one. And then let's say it's posted in the last month. And then what we can do also is we do that, and from there then we use the subscriber versus view count. Then we can see the outliers. And then you can see some channels with tiny subscribers, like 31 subscribers and 100 something thousand views, and then from there it shows that the niche is still getting views. That's basically how you use it with the Next. It's basically similar to this filter, and it's basically the same even if you're using vidIQ. It's the same thing. If you're using any other tools that have this kind of features, basically the same thing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna find a niche quickly. I don't want to go into niches that are like too that people kind of talking about too much, that a lot of creators are talking about. I'm gonna go and try and look for a niche that's a bit more less talked about, but it's still doing good numbers. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use Next Level quickly and just get a niche, and then from there we'll be then able to start this this journey, which is obviously very important. Once you have your niche, then you're pretty much good, because the most important thing is your niche. Like if you get into a bad niche, then no matter how good your videos are, you're always going to have a disadvantage compared to someone else. So that's why getting the right niche is very important, and that's why I feel like I have spoken about this and I've been dragging this a little bit longer, just to kind of emphasize that get the niche you get into is the most important thing you ever do when it comes to creating a new channel, is the niche you get into. So if you get into a good niche at the right time, even if you make subpar videos, you're going to still do really well, and from that then you'll be able to, you know, grow your faceless YouTube channel much better, even with less effort. So that's really what I suggest you guys look at, is when you're getting into a new niche, is make sure that it covers all the metrics, there aren't any red flags, and rather look at it in a way of, why shouldn't I get into this niche, rather than should I just get into this niche. And don't be in a rush to get in a niche. If the first thing if the first mistake that you make is getting into the wrong niche, then everything else really doesn't matter too much, because whatever you do, you're gonna be at a disadvantage. So yeah, now I'm just looking at this channel. So what I've noticed is, I noticed a niche, some videos. Let me go back to YouTube and just show you guys real quick. So if we search here, I noticed there was SpongeBob law for sleep. So it's like, when I saw the channel, it reminded me of like the animated sleep. So it's still in the sleep niche, like we looked at, but it's something a bit different. So here's this channel, Cartoonology. So it's a very interesting name, but this is a good niche. Let me just check it and show you guys. And by the way, the only thing here that I've used that is paid for is the niche finder, which is let me just show you which part it is exactly, which is this part. This is the only thing that's paid. Everything else I've shown you guys is free. The extension, you can use it for free if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure there is promos when you do pay for the niche finder, because I don't think I pay full amount, like the full advertised amount, because I used the promo when I started using it. So I will leave links to it, and you guys can use the promos for those of you who are like really interested and want to make this process really quick. But yeah, so basically that's the methods of doing it. It's if you have the tools, use the filters in your search. If you have even more access to like Next Level or the other higher end paid for tools, then use that to get the right niche. And if you don't have and you're not willing to pay for anything, or I mean, most of these are free. vidIQ is free, so you will be able to use the vidIQ filter, which basically works the same as how I showed you guys, and you'll be able to get a niche from there. So basically now what I'm going to do is just get a niche quickly. I'm interested in this SpongeBob kind of animated series and animated stuff. So right now this channel is like from 1,000 to basically 3,000 a month, which is not bad. It's not bad at all, because you see how easy it is when I show you guys how to do the videos. You see how very simple it is when it comes to like creating this kind of videos, and you can see some of these videos do really good numbers. So what I'm gonna do now is just search similar channels, and here's the thing, here's the thing that sets the people who do really well when it comes to YouTube, and not just YouTube Faceless, but like YouTube in general, and the people who don't, is that when you see something that's working, you shouldn't copy word for word and like to the exact T, because what happens is the first creator who comes is going to always have an advantage when it comes to this. When it comes to the niche, he's always going to have the upper hand, and he's always going to have that that first move advantage. So what you need to do is, when you come into a certain niche, you need to find a unique perspective on it. So for example, what I just realized here is, this is a very good niche. Right now I'm looking into the other niches and other stuff, but what we can see is there's also SpongeBob SquarePants official, so I'm guessing that's the main official page. What I'm looking at right now is, I'm seeing this is mostly about SpongeBob, and there's also multiple other shows that are there. So what you can do is, because there's SpongeBob, you can take the same niche and then turn it into another animated show, another cartoon. So whatever that is, you can go into a regular show, you can go into Amazing World of Gumball, you can go into what's other popular shows that I guess most people grew up with, that kind of thing, and then you can make that into this kind of video. So here is an example of a channel that I guess is based on the one we just looked at. And if you look at this channel, it's not doing as well. It's still doing pretty well. They still have decent amount of views, above 100,000, 30,000, 16,000, 74,000. Those who still make a decent amount of money, but overall their consistency is less than that other channel, because that other channel was the first one in that space. But if you're the first one to then do in those sub niches that we looked at and the adjacent niches that we looked at, then you'll be able to make a decent amount of money from that, because then you would have been the first one, and then when others copy you, then they'll be in a position where they are behind. So that's basically what we want to do. If you're not sure how to do this, what you can do is you can just screenshot this and then ask ChatGPT, find me other niches in this, or other adjacent niches similar to this, and then it will easily show you the other niches in that. So basically, with that logic, I think I'm going to go into this sleeping niche. See, so they also have, this is actually smart, because now they're looking at this and they're like, oh, okay, what others apart from SpongeBob are like people watching in this regular show? Family Guy, Adventure Time, and whatever. Family Guy is actually a good one. I think I'm gonna go into that, but before I do, let me check something. Family Guy. Let me check South Park. Actually, South Park is also really popular. South Park Law for Sleep. So as you guys can see, this first video is focused on finding the niche, and once we found the niche, then from the next video we'll then focus on, okay, so this is a really interesting channel. 1 year ago, and you can see the South Park, but it's not only South Park, there's a lot of others here. There's The Simpsons, Futurama, and a bunch of other shows, even Disney, Pixar, Rick and Morty, all this kind of thing. So basically, all this, from there you can be able to see, okay, what's the potential. So looking at this, if I just put this in popular, when last did this channel upload? 2 weeks ago, 1 month, 3 months. So basically they aren't as consistent. If they were super consistent like they were like 7 months and before, there would have been a lot. So I think the most viewed is this one for South Park. So what you then do is you can take this and then make a channel specifically focused on South Park, instead of as random as he is. He's made it work, but what you can do is then just focus simply on South Park Law for Sleep, and you will have that advantage. You can see he's not as consistent, so you can definitely take advantage of that. And yeah, so what I think I'm gonna do is, let me see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to either use South Park or use Family Guy as the channel, and then I'm gonna basically create the channel based on that. So basically it will be like something related to Family Guy or South Park, and then a sleeping channel for that. And that's basically the first step of how to do it. So what we're gonna do now is, I think that is a good start. Let me just validate that before I do agree on that. Let me go back here, and then because we already see the views there, the views there are really good. The views there are really good. So Family Guy for sleep, search, and then there's a few, some 11, 739k. Let me do this. Family Guy, no, for sleep, and then filters, and then let's say video views above 100k, and then okay, here's a bunch of 2,000, 1,000, but the channel is very small, and this one's 50 something thousand. Let's see, there's also a small channel. And it's okay. It's a small channel, not yet monetized, but the views aren't insane. The views are okay, they're not insane. I'm more convinced with the one from South Park. Let me search that also. South Park low for sleep. So he seems, Johnny 2 Cozy seems to be the only one who has really, he's the only one who has really made sleeping content related to South Park, which is shocking. Okay, there's Midnight Binge, he has made Snooze Park. Okay, see, so I think this channel is more focused on South Park for my, but then he stopped uploading. Boring South Park, why it sucks to be. Okay, let's see, he uploaded 20 videos and just, I guess, gave up on it. First few videos were clip of my graduation and other stuff, so it was like a, I guess, personal channel before, and then I guess he tried to transition and then it didn't really take off. Okay, so that's not a good sign. Snooze Park is the same, it's the same thing, and but there's a decent amount of potential, but it's not solid, it's not anything crazy. Let's see if we can find another channel, similar channel, in depth, and search. Let's just wait for it to load. Okay, that was quick. And roundtable rewind, what do we find there? And this one's also kind of okay, it hasn't uploaded. No, what's up with these channels taking off and then not uploading? This one is also similar. So this one is some because I see regular show, I see is that Steven Universe? Yeah, Steven Universe, and a bunch of others, even a whole Cartoon Network low for sleep. So I'm guessing it's a bunch of cartoons and stuff. So basically just some channels that seem to be doing well, but then the creators didn't really do much. Then there's another one for other channels, again uploaded. So you see, this channel I was getting a good amount of views, 500k, 200, 250, 500, 400, 150, 170, 500. This is like a lot. I don't know why these creators stop. I don't know what exactly it could be, because it says monetized, so clearly the channel makes money. And yeah, I don't know why they stop. but they still gain. I mean, from a channel that was last uploaded consistently was last uploaded, let's say 11 months ago, and it still makes over $100, and you last uploaded 11 months ago. I mean, $100 is way more than other channels make after they've been uploading for 11 months. So that is actually insane. So we can see here that some of these channels, another one that I last uploaded in a while, it's very interesting, and yeah, very, very interesting. But right now the sleeping niche is currently, this one is even older, 1 year ago. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do then is, right now I'm gonna choose a sleeping niche. I'm gonna create a channel, and what I'm gonna choose is a sleeping niche about, let's say, Netflix shows. So Netflix shows like similar to Big Mouth, or similar to well, not necessarily Netflix, let me just say more non-cartoon shows, like animated shows. So something like Big Mouth, something like Invincible, something like Devil May Cry, something like that. That's not necessarily meant for kids, but is animated. So that's what I'm going to go into, and I'm gonna create a channel like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys in the next video how to exactly go from like completely no video, and then be able to create a full video using that. So right now what we've got is the niche. Right now what we've seen is that there is really a high potential with these niches, but the problem comes when you have to sub niche, or you have to look for the right sub niche, which is the more difficult part, which is where you have to take a bit more time into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just verify my niche, but what I've decided is I'm gonna go into like a sub niche into the sleeping format. And obviously for the voiceover I'm going to use AI, because that's the easiest way to do it. And then RPM, that's already covered. I'm not going to go into like extremely advanced like high storytelling, because that's a bit more advanced, that needs good script writing. We're just going to use AI for script writing as well. And obviously it needs to be replicable and scalable, so that we can also outsource it. And then competitive but beatable. So obviously this is like, it needs to be able to be similar to the other niches, and also we can, you know, do well in those kind of niches. So it needs to be something like that. And yeah, that's the first step, and that's basically it for this video. In the next video I'll then show the process of how we then make the videos, and from that we'll then be able to go into the next step and see if we can monetize it. And obviously I'll update you guys on the specific niches and the specifics of the niche, of how to do it, and what niche you should get into. And then from that point we can go into the next step. But that'll be it for this video, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.